In order to work with time, we need to know that 1 hour is 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. So if I want to change between hours and minutes, so if I just say hours and minutes, to change from hours to minutes, you would multiply by 60. And to change minutes into hours, you would divide by 60. Similarly, to change minutes and seconds, to go from minutes into seconds, you would times by 60, and to go from seconds to minutes, you would divide by 60. In the first example, I want to change 3 hours into minutes, so what I would have to do is multiply 3 by 60. To do this without a calculator, I do 3 times 6, which is 18, and then I put the 0 on the end. So 3 hours is 180 minutes. To change 600 minutes into hours, I would need to divide by 60. So I need to do 600 divided by 60. We can cancel out the 0, well, one of the zeros, and then I have 60 divided by 6, which is just 10. So I know that 600 minutes is 10 hours. Finally, to change 2 minutes into seconds, I would do 2 times 60, minutes into seconds, times by 60, which would give you 120 seconds. And to change 30 seconds into minutes, you would have to divide by 60. So I would do 30 divided by 60, which is going to be 0.5. So I have that 30 seconds is half a minute. There are two main systems for time, the 12-hour clock and the 24-hour clock. The 12-hour clock is what you would see on an old analog clock, and the 24-hour clock is usually what we'd have on a digital clock or what we'd use when looking at timetables, like, for example, the train station or the bus station. In the 12-hour system, you've got to use AM, that means ante-meridian, and PM, post-meridian. So AM means morning because it's before midday, and then PM is post or after midday. So we use AM and PM. If you have a look at the analog clock that I've drawn, when the large hand, is pointing at any of these numbers, you'll read it off as follows. So, for example, if we had the large hand at 12 and we had the small hand at 1, it would be 1 o'clock. If you had the large hand at 1, small hand at, say, 2, it would be 5 past 2, and so on. So if we do the large hand on the 8 and the small hand somewhere between the 4 and the 5, we know that would be 22:05. As I said, when writing timetables, the 24-hour system is preferred. Basically, to change between the 12 and 24-hour clock system, you generally add 12. So if I have 1 o'clock, so say 1 o'clock in 12-hour, to change that into, well, if it's 1 in the afternoon in 12-hour, to change that into the 24-hour clock, I just add 12 to get me 13. So 2 p.m. will be 14, 3 p.m. will be 15, 4 p.m. is 16, and so on. Now, when it's in the morning, so if it's 1 in the morning, it's identical for both. So 2 a.m. is the same as 0200 in the 24-hour system. Here are some examples for us. I want to change 1:20 a.m. to 24-hour time. Because it's a.m., I know that it's going to be identical in both, so all I would need to put down is 0120, and that would tell me that it's 1:20 a.m. in 24-hour time. 1:20 p.m. means that I need to add 12. 1 plus 12 is 13, so we have 13:20 in 24-hour time. Notice we don't need p.m. or a.m. anymore. 12:50 a.m. to 24-hour time. This is the little exception When it's 12 a.m., so basically midnight, we use 00, because this is where the day begins, so we use 00. So here it would be 00:50 in 24-hour time. 12:30 p.m. to 24-hour time. This is again the exception. 12:30 p.m. is just going to be 12:30 in 24-hour time. 22:30, this isn't one of the exceptions. The only exception is when it's midnight or midday. 22:30 in 12-hour time. Well, we're in 24-hour time, so to change back the 12-hour time, you need to take away 12. 22 take away 12 is 10, so we have 10:30 p.m. Here are some questions for you to try. Please pause the video now and have a go at them. And when you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. So firstly, 240 seconds to minutes. Seconds to minutes you would divide by 60. So I'm going to do 240 divided by 60. This is the same as 24 divided by 6, which is just going to be 4. So we have 4 minutes. To change hours to minutes, you times by 60. So I need to do 4.5 times 60, which is going to be 240 and then 30, which is 270 minutes. To change 21:50 into 12-hour time, I need to take away 12, which will take me to 9. So I have 9:50, and it's going to be p.m. To change 9:30 p.m. at the 24-hour time, we add 12, so we end up with 21:30.